Hey, this is Tony Soprano, and you're listening to Jersey Boyz Podcast with your hosts, Dave Sturchio and the Ernst Boys. I mean, I could give a shit about the Cowboys. We're in New Jersey. These guys got balls being Cowboys fans in Jersey. Anyways, enjoy. Well, whatever.
How about this, Cowboys?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode and edition of the Jersey Boyz Podcast right here on the Chop Sports Media YouTube channel and, of course, the Premier Podcast Network. It is your host, Dave Sturchio, alongside nationally known comedian Bret Ernst, and, of course, you know what? No, he's been more positive than me now, so I'm just going to call him America's fan, Keith Ernst.
No, I love being the Grinch, please. I love the Grinch.
You like the Grinch? All right, the Grinch is yours.
Yeah, I love the Grinch.
How's everybody doing out there? I hope everybody's well. The Dallas Cowboys are 8-3 after another thrashing on Thanksgiving of the Washington Commanders. Game was never close. We'll get into that. Obviously, we have a very big game coming up. This is what you call in the business a must-win against the Seattle Seahawks. Now they're up 2 games. They have a chance to bury them completely and lock and firmly entrench themselves into the 5th seed of the NFC playoff picture. Keith, we'll start with you. Your thoughts of, you know, you called it. You said 40-plus points, and here we are. A couple days removed, obviously, from Thanksgiving. It wasn't Sunday. It was Thursday. So there's a lot of days to digest this thing, but I guess your knee-jerk reaction to throttling the Commanders, not only with the 45 or however many points you scored, but also you're, like, really good. Like, Baldy does a lot of good breakdowns, like Brian Baldinger, and there's a lot of breakdowns and stuff, but you nailed Sam Howell to a fucking T, bro. Like, this,
yeah,
that's all he did.
Thank you. Yeah. And I would say, too, it's funny because even anyways, just going to what you're saying, it's what I expected the whole game. I mean, in our text, I wasn't worried at all. I was the only one that really wasn't worried. I love the Cowboys in this. I loved everything about it. I love the matchups. I just, everything. I mean, I don't have a complaint about anything, really.
Who can?
I mean, Sam Howell, the only thing I'll complain about maybe is they should have pushed the corners up a little more, because that's all Sam Howell does. Mm-hmm. That's all he does, and he kept doing it, and it was driving me crazy, which is why he had those long drives, which when he got to a certain point, he couldn't do those dink and dunks because it's bend or break. We're moving up, and then he'd be out. 3 and out, not 3 and out. They go for it on 4th down and not get it.
A lot.
You know what I mean? So
I was talking. We were talking to each other via text, and the time of possession was a little ridiculous. I know that's like the goal of ours, to win time of possession. Yeah. But the Washington Commanders had the ball forever, Bret, and it seemed like that's what's going to happen when you keep going for it on 4th down over and over and over again. The time of possession is just a non-factor.
Well, yeah, I mean, in this case, obviously, if it's a street fight, it means everything. But we were scoring quick too, man. I got to tell you, I'm so, I don't even want to give ourselves the Malukia, but the way this team's gelling, man, and the way they're playing, and timing looks good for us right now. You know what I mean?
I almost wish it was later in the season. Like it's like
it's perfect timing, man. Because look, if the Eagles are going to win the East, just lock it up. We focus on the first fucking wild card. Home field. Well, we wouldn't get home field advantage, but I would love to go to New Orleans or.
Well, right now, as it stands right now, it's Atlanta. So
Atlanta, yeah, I would. I'd prefer that. But dude, Dak is just. I love it. I love the way he's playing, man. I really do. He's more consistent. I'm not as holding my breath when he's back there so much.
Same. Yeah, I was just going to say that. I'm a little bit less weary every time he drops back to pass. The only thing I'll say, and I keep saying this every week, and it's not like breaking news, but I love when Dak's on the run. Like when he's on the run and guys are coming back to him, he's such a better quarterback. When he's back there and there was one early I almost said Dalton Schultz, to Jake Ferguson across the middle, a deep seed that he threw over the middle, almost out of our end zone. So it's like those ones I'm like, oh, God, but like overall, I haven't really got a chance to really worry about Dak. And speaking of Dak, today, as it's Tuesday, as we record this, Mr. Rogers, Aaron Rodgers always goes on the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday, and he said that Dak Prescott's his favorite quarterback to watch right now. He said he's playing at an all-time level. His progressions are great. His checkdowns are wonderful. The fact that he's like doing things on the fly pre-snap, protections and just doing a whole bunch of audibles. And of course, they made the joke about the here we go thing, but he thinks that's
I love the here we go.
Oh, it's great. It just feels like my buddy hit me up the other day. He's like, it feels like once he says the here we go, there's like a confidence that comes with it. You know what I mean? Like there's like almost like, hey, we're rolling right now. Here we go, and just fucking run the next play without any care in the world, really. Like, obviously there's care, but you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's free, Keith. When you look at Dak Prescott in that game against the Washington Commanders, he puts up numbers that, again, you're supposed to put these numbers up. So, miss me, and I'm those people who are just like, you're just beating up bad teams. Guess what? Good teams are supposed to beat up the bad teams. And you know what? Not for nothing. Who's this? That's not our fault that they're a bad team. You know what I mean? Like, we're just playing the games on the schedule, and it seems like everybody just continues to have something to say. Are you buying into this like beating up bad teams thing, or is that just something that you think should be happening anyway?
No, I'm not buying into the beating up. That's stupid. I meant like they're NFL teams, but that stuff I can't stand because I don't mean that's amateur. People that say stuff like that's amateur. You don't understand the NFL.
Right.
What I'm going to say about it, that I know, and you have every right to feel awesome about Dak Prescott. Everybody does. But the one thing I look at, and I look at patterns a lot, okay? The one thing I see is Dak has these type of games, okay? He has a lot of these type of games when the other offense isn't scoring, if that makes sense.
Sorry, saying it's a little bit of a padding of the stats?
I'm not saying it's not fantastic. No, he's doing great, and he's pulling ahead of these teams, and he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's scoring to pull ahead. But when these teams like the Giants and Washington can't score and we get the ball back, it makes it easier for, mentally to drive down the field and do these things. Now, the only game I can say, if you look at it this season, Dak had one bad game against the 49ers. That's it. He didn't play bad against Arizona. That wasn't his fault. He didn't play bad against Philly. He had a really good game against Philly. So he's really only had one bad game. So that's what I'm not looking at the yards and us beating Washington by 45 or whatever it is. I'm looking at that where to me, he's had one all around bad game, and that was against the 49ers. Okay. And Philly and Arizona were, he had decent games in.
You guys,
Philly had a great game in.
Yeah. You guys have played the game at a high level. I mean, like Brett, I ask you, is there a such thing as a kryptonite? Like obviously we've lost to the 49ers in 2 years in a row at the playoffs. And then again, he comes out, he's in his head. People are just like talking up that 49er game. And all of a sudden the 49er game hits and he throws up another just complete dud.
I want to address the bad team thing.
All right. Yeah.
And what Keith said too, what Keith's saying is if they answer, we answer, right? They answer, we answer. And we did. We kind of did that against Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers game, I thought he played amazing, and we ended up pulling away from him. But Keith's point last week, that drive after Carolina scored, and then we answered right back. That's what you want to see.
Right.
As far as beating up a bad team, it's not about that as much as controlling the game, running the plays you want to play, not making the mistakes. Because, look, let me tell you, when you're playing a shitty team, it's also a chance for your team to start fucking being relaxed and getting dumb penalties and dropping balls and, making stupid plays.
So that's a testament to their character as a team. Then the fact that instead of laying down and taking it lackadaisical, they're putting the pedal to the metal and just beating the brakes off these teams.
They're running a consistent, disciplined game plan.
Yeah,
and that's really important. And again, right now, I watched the Eagles game yesterday against Buffalo. Or when was that? Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
And then watched Minnesota last night, and then Detroit on Thanksgiving was,
they got beat up too.
Dallas is really playing solid quality football right now. Now, the other thing is, Ferguson has been playing great, but Schoonamaker has been doing good. All right. Our receiving core is pretty solid right now. what Bland did, and I want to shout out to Marquise Bell, man. I mean, I'd argue he's obviously, I think he's playing better than LVE was, and that's the other thing. Both the people that needed to step up did. Bland did, Bell did, our defenses. I'm really happy about it, and I think Seattle's going to be a good test.
That's a testament to the depth in the scouting department, landing guys like Marquise
and
Bell.
The coaching, man.
As I'm saying, and the coaching and getting these guys up and making sure they stay up. We'll get to Bland in a second, but just touching on Marquise Bell. So Shaq Leonard was in for a visit today. He left without a contract. I mean, I don't know how fast. Like, when you're a free agent and you have an opportunity to hear a couple people out, you probably will. You know what I mean? So it's not like, that they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Like, Philly could probably up us, if anything. You know what I mean? So there's multiple factors there. But then, like, watching Marquise Bell play, I'm almost like, all right, yeah, Shaq Leonard would be great as an addition, but I don't know, man. Like, is any of us taking Marquise Bell off the field right now?
He'd be a great addition, bro. Plug and play.
Right, but I'm saying, like, and that's totally cool, and I'm all for the plug and the leadership and the depth, and I understand that. But I'm saying, Keith, I'll ask you right now: if you put Shaq Leonard on the Dallas Cowboys, are you taking Marquise Bell off the field?
No.
Right.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, how much do you really want to spend on a guy that might be just a rotational player? See, the Eagles have lost linebackers, and their depth has taken a hit as well. So that's why he is so appealing to both of these teams. Look, it's going to come down to this. Nick Sirianni is the coach. He coached him over in Indianapolis, right? So they have that connection, coach and player. However, Stephon Gilmore and Malik Hooker both played with Shaq Leonard in Indianapolis. So you want to play with your boys or you want to play with your coach? It's really that. And, of course, dollars make sense, and it has to make sense that way too.
And another question, and we brought it up pregame, Starch, is Colts are one of the wild card teams right now. They're 6-5.
Yeah. Gardner fucking Minshew.
Why don't they want him?
Well, from what I
mean, that's my whole thing. Is why is he just getting released like that?
I got
like Sturchio was saying before the podcast, like a Jalen Smith thing when people were shocked when Jalen Smith was cut.
Well, from what I read, somebody hit me up in response to Twitter or X or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He said, "Do you really want to deal with another linebacker with nerve type injury situation?" So now I'm thinking, like, and I haven't done my full research on why Shaq Leonard's not there anymore, but if there's any kind of injury concern, apparently the visit went well today, and the physical and everything that he worked out or whatever he had to do for the Cowboys went well. But again, if you spend the money and then he drops off the face of the earth in 3 plays, and you're like, what the fuck? What did we do?
That's the key right there. If the price is right, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to figure it out, and I'm sure he's going to make a decision over the weekend. He's going to visit the Eagles at the end of this week and probably make a decision over the weekend for the back stretch. So touching on one more thing, obviously, we were talking about it. We talk about the history of this team so many times on this podcast and, our all-time favorites, this, that, and a third. Last week, you made mention of Everson Walls as one of the greatest corners the Cowboys have ever seen. Now that Deron Bland has made history, and I'm not saying he's the greatest corner you've ever seen, but it's like, man, it's hard to deny what he's doing right now as opposed to any other Cowboy corner ever. Like this is something we've never seen before. These are touchdowns.
Have you noticed that all the, like, I would say half of those picks are almost the same play?
Yeah, he jumps the route. He jumps it and goes.
Yeah, they're like it's either an out or a deep out, and you see him coming from he's just like, how could they be falling for this again as he's running and beep and he's gone?
Right.
And even that run back, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
They actually tried to tackle him, unlike the friggin' Jets and Dolphins game, which I don't even want to get into that 99-yard return. That's one of the most despicable football plays in the history of football.
And that
falls, I would never.
I'm sorry, that falls on the coach. It falls on the coach.
Oh, it does. It does. Yeah. No, for sure.
We can go on a tangent
Anyways,
about Robert
regardless.
Saleh.
But the player's not trying to even tackle, and they had many shots at him, and they're just, dude, there's no time left. What are you doing? All right, whatever. I don't want to get into the Jets game, but I'm just saying. That was awful.
So Jim Nantz with an all-time call. He get the witness history and stuff like that. That was great. He did make a couple moves. I didn't know if he was going to make it, like towards around the 10-yard line. I'm like, oh, fuck, are they going to trip him up? And they didn't. So before we get off the Thanksgiving Day game, I understand we're beating up a bad team. or a lesser team. Let's just say. Let's not call them a bad team. They've won some games.
Can I interject on this really quick, Sturch?
Sure.
What's great about this too is that when we're jumping ahead like that and we start to sit people and they get to rest, I don't see it's the NFL. You're not beating up on anybody. I mean, Washington was physical, man.
Yeah.
And, these are other good things that help us crescendo.
It's the word of the day. I got that tatted on my shoulder blades now, by the way. So it's wearing a crescendo. But what I was going to say is with this game and the first of all, sounds of the sidelines this week, Zach Martin actually said to Dak, I was hoping you would get us out of the fourth quarter. Meaning, like, I wanted to sit the rest of this game. Thanks for, leading us the way. These guys are all having fun, but my question was, see, now Keith's going to make fun of me there. They're having fun. I've never seen anything like this before. No, my real question is, Keith, are you in favor of all the extracurriculars? What the Cowboys have shown now is that even when they're up, they're still putting it on you. Are you cool with that? Is it going to bite us? Is it going to make us look like shit? Are people going to start headhunting? Like, give
me an example.
The example is we're up by 30 plus on the Giants. We got Cooper Rush in here lacing the ball down the field, right? Now we're up bigger here, and we're still scoring on top of everything else. And then every touchdown celebration felt like there was a little bit more to it. Fucking turkey legs in the bowl, and then people are eating on the sidelines. Listen, I'm all for it. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world to watch Dak Prescott chew on a fucking turkey leg as a celebration.
Here's my thing, though.
But are people going to kill us now? Or
when did they decide to do that? Like, were they going to say, all right, if we score 4 touchdowns, we'll do the turkey leg? What made them decide, like, the right time to do it? They had to be up by a certain amount.
Again, the volume was right there. So, like, you hear Dak Prescott says, grab the turkey legs. Like, it was so premeditated. Like, he must have come out at halftime. Okay. He's like, all right, here you go.
Something like that. If you are planning something like that, I don't like that. You should be concentrating on other things.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But whatever. I mean, look, whatever's working is working. They're having fun.
Exactly.
My whole thing is, if say they were playing the Chiefs, would they have done that? Would they have had that celebration plan? Or was it just because they were playing a team they thought they were going to blow?
They got the kettle. The kettle thing is out there now, the Salvation Army thing. So it's like everybody wants to do something like that and jump in and this, that, and the third. All started with Zeke, and then obviously it did the whack-a tight end last year where people were bouncing up and down. So they're having a good time with it. I'm all for it. The Cowboys are 8-3.
Well, hold on, I want to go back to Bland real quick.
Okay.
Do you believe in energy, like positive energy? It's like.
I don't know. Why are you asking me for? You texted me the other day like I was the most negative person in the history of mankind.
You're awful. You're awful.
And it's not that I'm awful. It's just that I know what I'm talking about.
I get. No, you don't.
I do.
You can't say they have zero. All right, everyone, listen. All right, the Philly Buffalo game in the third quarter. Okay, there's 10 minutes left. Buffalo's up by 3 still. Sturch, because the Philly just scored. Because remember, they were up by 10. Buffalo. Philly scores a touchdown. Sturch text, this game is over. The Bills have 0 chance to win this.
Was I wrong? Was I wrong, Keith?
You're wrong.
No. Did
they lose the game? Wrong because they went to overtime. 0 chance means this game's over. There's no chance at all. They won on a 60-yard field goal, which, by the way, not they didn't win. They go to overtime. Yeah. Did you notice Hurts? When he made the field goal, just sitting there?
He was almost like he was mad. He was like, man, we got to keep playing.
But I don't get that, bro. Go congratulate that guy. He just bailed your shitty ass out.
Well,
Hurts was awful in the first half.
I agree with that.
He just sits there like, oh, big deal. Like,
and how about Jason Kelce with a couple infractions on that last drive that could have really fucked him up? And, he's on the sidelines, and he's the one that looks like he's more like grateful. Like, thank you so much for that field goal. You bailed my ass out. But Jalen Hurts, I don't know if this is like cool and composed.
I think Hurts was reflecting on how bad he was playing.
Maybe.
Like the fact that, I think he felt responsible. I don't think that's a sign of anything negative. I think he just was like, God, I'm fucking shit in the bed, and we had to come to this. Thank God he made it. It's almost like when Brady had his head down in the Super Bowl and they got the interception.
Yeah, but did you see his celebration now?
There was
I'm just saying. I get what you're saying, bro. That is probably it. You're right. But maybe, I don't know. They didn't have the camera on him the whole time. But I would like to see him go up to the kicker and go, yo, man, because that's one of the greatest kicks I've ever seen in that kind of weather.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't think he was going to make it, dude. I didn't.
Honestly, I was like, this is going to be great. They're going to lose on a missed field goal. We're all going to go home happy and go to sleep happy.
Yeah.
I was telling you in pre. I think I'm at the point now where I'm getting more upset about an Eagles win than I am a Cowboys loss at this point. Like, I'm so mad.
What I was going to bring up, besides the negativity by Sturk, and I'm not even going to say the receipt you said about the Eagles because you were too upset. So I deleted that receipt, by the way.
Oh, you're such a good guy. Thank you.
So,
Brett's got it.
So I was going to say, I'm bringing up Jim Nantz and his call.
Hello, friends.
Like, it's almost like as soon as Bland got it, I don't care how many people were in the way, he was going to score. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just by that reaction and everybody just getting up in arms, it was like,
and
you knew. I mean, the universe and everything was just coming into its plan of Bland getting that pick six.
The internet came for Tony Romo a little bit. It's not. I believe. Listen, I've done play-by-play. I know how it is. It's some of my favorite shit I've ever done is call a football game play-by-play. And I understand how you're supposed to lay out for that moment in time and that reaction. But like when he scored, and then you got Romo there, who's the giddiest dude in the world. He's like, Jim, oh my god! It's like, all right, dude, relax, Tony. Let the fucking moment just embrace a little bit.
Well, Tony told him. He said, "Hey, Jim, I'm going to let you take this one."
Right.
Well, did you hear what he said though? He called Nance right there. He goes, "You gave me goosebumps."
I know, and he did.
That was awesome.
Do you notice that? Did you watch Sounds of the Sidelines this week or no?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna watch it. My buddy Matt sent it to me. I haven't watched it yet.
All right, so I watched. Spoiler alert! You know they usually use Sham as the all the plays. Yeah, every single play that happens in a Cowboys game, you hear the radio voice of what's his name? I can't. Brett. Yeah. So you always hear that. However, for the pick, they dub in Jim Nance's call.
Oh,
so it's even better. It's like fucking. I'm getting goosebumps just even thinking about it. But all right. So look. Cowboys take care of business as they should have. Other things that didn't fall our way, we talked about Philly already. They took out Buffalo in overtime. The NFC South looks like a total fucking shit show at this point. It's right now it's a sub 500 team who's in first place, and that's the Atlanta Falcons, followed by the Saints, followed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Baker Mayfield, who got hurt, and then Kyle Trask came in. And he realized that he sucks too. And then you have Carolina, who just fired Frank Reich, which I was like, whoa, do you feel like? Feel a little premature there to fire Frank Reich right there.
Who's gonna want to work for that guy, dude?
Exactly, dude. He's fired 2 coaches in 2 years.
Like, why don't you fire the GM? How about that?
Right.
He's the guy that's making these stupid fucking trades.
The worst part is they don't even have their first round pick next year. They don't.
I know.
So it's like Chicago gets to cash in on Carolina's sucking. Anyway, that's the NFC South. We watched the 49ers do their thing on Thanksgiving. They're just a fucking powerhouse of a team, man. When Purdy's rolling, he's rolling. CMC, everybody involved, George Kittle, they're all good. So the 49ers are going to be the 49ers. They'll probably be the 2 or the 1. There's a big game this upcoming week with the 49ers to take on the Eagles. I'm not even going to sniff at pretending like, hey, if the Eagles lose, like at this point, I'm just like, whatever. They're never going to lose. So I'm just going to get it out of my system. But the NFC landscape is kind of taking shape right now. You're starting to see the networks now saying playoff chase and stuff. So now, Keith, are we allowed to talk about playoff stuff now? Or are we still not?
Absolutely. Okay. But we are not in any must win to get a playoff game.
No. What?
Okay. If you want to say division, okay, I'm down with that, but not to get in the playoffs.
They're up like 3.5 games on like the 7 seed. So it's like the epic collapse would have to happen for the Cowboys to miss the playoffs.
Exactly.
But it seems to me that the Cowboys, all signs point to a 5th seed. Now they can really firmly entrench as we segue into the Seattle Seahawks game. They can really put their pedal to the metal and pretty much tell the world, hey, we're the 5th or we might win the division. Either way, that's where we're at. So now you look at Seattle, who's coming off. By the way, I'm the Seattle Seahawks, the lime green fucking uniforms. Holy shit. Please stop that. That's just so much green. But Seattle, they get, kind of taken care of by the 49ers on Thanksgiving night. Both of us have the same rest. I'll start with you, Keith. As you look at this team, is there anything they're obviously a good team. Geno Smith won comeback player of the year last year. They obviously have a lot of weapons in the Lockets of the world, and DK Metcalf, and even Jackson Smith and Jigba's been coming on, and now they're without their running back. But Charbonnet's nothing to sneeze at, So when you look at Seattle, what's the things that kind of stand out at you?
So I watched the condensed version of the Seattle 49er game.
It's like on fucking repeat at this point.
Every time you hear we have condensed, you should play a little whenever that word comes out that I say it. Anyway, so
there you go.
And I did. And the scariest part of that fucking game, the scariest thing I saw was the San Francisco 49ers.
Right? That's what I'm saying, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They are, I'm telling you, man, that whatever you see how they went through that little slump?
Mm-hmm.
They lost 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's what teams need to do and then find themselves again, because they have found themselves and they are fucking scary. If anybody wants to know why they are favored in Philly against a 10-1 team,
that's fucking
this
insane.
is why.
That's insane.
But they're playing. Going back to when Bret called Purdy Montana and I made fun of Bret. Bret was right. This guy is threading shit. McCaffrey's not going down. Their defense isn't giving anybody time to do shit. I know I'm supposed to be previewing.
They have a
Seahawks,
Madden,
but that's all I saw.
They have a
in
Madden
this game,
type line.
That's all I saw. What's that?
I said they have a fucking John Madden type of defensive line. It's like when you're playing Madden, let's just go add the best players. Okay, you have them all in one shot. But anyway,
here's my thing.
Seattle.
But going back, the things I meant, it's going to go very. How I see this right now is a very similar game to Washington, to the Giants, those type of things. Now, Geno's not as mobile as Sam Howell, who, by the way, is now my second favorite quarterback in the NFL.
Why? Because he's a Cowboys fan?
Cowboys fan. Are you kidding? First, all right, he goes Dak Prescott, then Sam Howell. I've bashed him all year after hearing that he loves the Cowboys and he bases his play on Tony Romo and he wanted to be Tony Romo when he grew up. I mean, come on, that's the best.
Well,
but anyways,
how old do we feel, by the way, when guys say, I wish I was Tony Romo as he was growing up? I was like, Jesus Christ. When I was growing up, I was like, I can't wait to be Troy Aikman.
But I'll say about Geno Smith, the difference is he is a little mobile and he's not afraid to sling it, though.
No.
Geno Smith is not afraid to throw it 20, 25 yards downfield. So there could be bigger plays than what Sam Howell, but I think in the long run on those third down sacks, I think they're going to happen a lot here where Seattle might have a drive going and then boom, they go back 10, 15 yards like that from a sack from us, just a rush from Dan Quinn, who is playing his old team, who, should know that offense pretty well, right? I don't know. Pete Carroll run the offense or the defense? I'm not even sure. But regardless, so I meant that's what I'll say about them. As far as their defense goes, I think our offense is a good match against their defense. The same thing. I think Washington has a better defense in Seattle. I think Carolina has a better defense in Seattle. So, kind of like I said, it balances itself out to look like a game like we just saw. So
that's kind of interesting. You should say that, considering the differential in records between Seattle and Washington, because it's I think it's like a 3 games difference. So, Bret, when you look at Seattle, obviously the aforementioned guys that you all saw, but I'll flip it. What do you need to see out of Dallas to kind of keep this crescendo going, keep this momentum rolling? Now, every week that we go into these games, you tend to say, let's slow it down, let's be methodical, let's control the time of possession, all that shit. Are you looking for that still, or are you just like, you know what, just sky's the limit?
Well, when you're looking at what I love to see this last game was Pollard was running, Malik was running, the O-line was,
Rico,
knock on wood, healthy. They're playing good as a unit. You want to see that consistency go. I mean, again, if we're going to score on long, I remember what I said in the beginning of the year about Dak, and I really do think that this is the year that he really gets it and comes together. And, the way he's threading that ball in the seams, I've never really seen him throw like that, which, is really that's what I'm looking for. Gets me excited. And I like to see more of those passes. It's funny. I just saw an interview with Troy Aikman, and he was this is a while ago. He was talking to what's the other dude's name? The one whose father was a broadcaster, the one that went after Pete Rose.
Joe Buck.
Yeah, Joe Buck. And he was telling him about when he first came to Dallas and how Norv Turner really changed everything around. and he was even thinking about getting traded. And he didn't want to be there anymore. And he said what Norv did that really changed the whole landscape is he said, look, he goes, I wasn't good at those corner throws. So he just got rid of them. He said, why even go for it?
That's something I want to bring up. But go ahead.
Yeah, he goes, I'm great at the digs, at the slants. And, I want to see us keep doing a game plan that plays to Dak's strengths. And again, establishing that run game, which we've been doing, and just letting the defense fly, man. But again, I think we in my opinion, we're playing the best football right now that I've seen us play in a long time.
Yeah.
And, and the consistency with Dak is everything. I mean, we've had 5-6 games in a row where he's played really fucking well.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's like
we haven't seen that. We haven't really seen that.
You almost, Keith, I'll ask you because obviously, preseason you had Dak benched halfway around the season. But I got to ask you, though, are you like me and Bret are almost like in lockstep as far as thinking like every time he drops back, he's not going to make a mistake. Are you waiting for the other shoe to fall with Dak Prescott? Are you waiting for another implosion?
Well, I kind of saw this Dak Prescott 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago when we opened against Tampa in Tampa.
Right.
And Dak's first 4 or 5 games or whatever, I don't know if you remember, he's in the MVP conversation.
Oh, yeah.
He was lighting it up. He gets injured. Cooper Rush comes in against Minnesota. We win that game. Our next game was against Denver at home. We were, I think, 11, 12-point favorites, and we got smashed. And he just wasn't the same after that. And that carried us into that divisional, the wild card playoff against San Francisco and Dallas that we lost.
Mm-hmm.
So he never
fired.
And we got fired from blocking the boys. So Bret and I, not Sturch.
No.
So I
got fired / quit / fuck them. But go ahead.
But anyways, so the whole that's what I'm trying to say is that I want to see it consistent. I'm not saying he's going to have a bad game. Like Bret says, quarterbacks can have bad games.
Right.
It's how you bounce back from it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited, but once again, I'm not getting too excited. I learned my lesson. And I have to see it. I got to see this thing out. And it's not if we lose a playoff game. We could lose a playoff game like we lost to Philly, and it's not his fault. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just going to ask. That's how I was going to ask the question. I was going to spin it and say, like, when does it? How does it? I'll
stand by this. I'll stand by this. We lost both of those 49er playoff games because of Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I will stand by that. Yeah. And you watch those games. He wasn't on. He wasn't playing well. He was the main reason why, because we couldn't move the ball. That. We lost those games. So, but now I'm feeling good. So, but if you're asking me if I'm on your all's level, like, oh, now he's a Hall of Famer. No.
First of all,
I'm not saying that.
I'm not either.
I'm not saying that yet.
No, we're not putting him in the Hall of Fame. We're not fitting him for a jacket. Go ahead, Bret.
And let's also give the way our like Turpin's been playing great, and our other receivers too. We've got some good depth at receiver now. I mean, he's got a lot of weapons that he's using.
Yeah. So,
he's spreading the fun, man. He's letting everybody eat.
So that's what I was going to bring up because you were saying something about the play calling and the coaching and stuff before. On the Sound of the Sidelines, I don't know if you heard when Brandon Cooks and Dak were interacting on the sideline saying, like, he put that in for me. Like, there was a play that was designed for Brandon Cooks that's sometimes, if not all the time, left off the call sheet and say, like, all right, one day we'll run that. So it's like Dak Prescott said, no, I had him put that in. You know what I mean? So it's like Dak is realizing that he has these strengths on this offense, and it's looking as good as it's. I mean, I'm hard pressed to say ever looked.
Even the way he's setting those screens up, man. I mean, there was one play, he's hitting them in stride.
Yeah, I know.
Instead of them waiting,
I know.
And then there was that one play where he just boom. I mean, it was in stride. It just kept going.
Sometimes I think those are going to be.
Man, what a pass.
Yeah, but sometimes I think those are the ones that are going to be taken back to the house the other way. Every time it happens, I'm like, oh.
All right. So really quick, I got a question. I already know Sturch's answer. Chances we win, percentage-wise, we win the division. Yours is probably 0, right?
No.
Really?
No. See,
Well, I don't understand. How is it 0?
It's not 0.
It's 0 when it's third quarter when the team's up by 3.
No, it's not.
That team has zero chance to win. But
no. Here's again, just like going into last week, there's a path, right? So until there's no path to do it, then I'll say we rule it out. Go get the
okay.
50,
So all right, not getting into it. What do you get percentage wise?
35.
Okay.
35% chance to win the division. I only say that because, again, I'm going into this week thinking we should handle business against Seattle. I'm not looking past them. I'm just saying we should go in there and win that game. And then if the 49ers are the juggernauts that they seem to be, maybe they do pick up a win. That would put the Cowboys one statistical game, standings-wise, behind the Eagles. Then you get Eagles-Cowboys next week. You know what I mean? So it's just like, all right, and if the Cowboys can pick up a game there, all of a sudden, on the standings, we're tied. So it's like.
So what do you think, bro? What percentage?
If Eagles lose to San Francisco, I'd bump it up to about a 40-45% chance, because then if they drop another game and we beat them, then
we would also have to win out.
Tied, if we're tied, I think because of the loss to Arizona, I think we have more NFC losses. Right.
No, well, first it would be conference, and then it would go to the first it would be division, then the conference.
Right. So,
but hold on. Okay.
Well, I guess they'd split with us.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I was answering the question, but go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go. I had another one because you already said 45%, so I was going to the next one. But go ahead.
If they lose to San Francisco, if they beat San Francisco, I got us at like 10%.
All right, makes sense.
Okay. All right, but right now you have 45%.
Where are you at, Keith?
Whoa, no, I'm asking the questions now. I took over, Sturch. I took you over. What's up, dog?
Okay.
And with that being said,
all right.
So, all right, no, hold on. Now, in order for the Cowboys to win the division, yes or no? I meant realistically, do they have to win every game out?
No. That would be
right.
I would say, yeah, we'd have to.
That means they're going 14-3.
How many games are left?
They're 8-3.
But the Eagles are 10-1.
I understand that, but
there's only 6 games left. So in order to win the division, are we going to have to win every fucking game? And then Eagles are going to have to lose one or two.
I think there's room for one loss, and you would have to finish 13-4 to win the division. 13-4.
Okay. So the only way we could win the division, all right, is this is how I look at it. Eagles, like you say, lose to the 49ers, right? Mm-hmm. Then they lose to us. Mm-hmm. That's 2 games in a row.
That would put us at the same
now,
record.
Considering we've won our game, beat Seattle, we beat them. Now we have the same record. Mm-hmm. Now, our next games are what? Buffalo, Miami, Detroit.
Yeah, tough.
Let's say we lose one of those games.
Sure,
just one. Mm-hmm. We'll say Buffalo. Okay,
fine.
The rest of the season, the Eagles just have the Giants and Seattle. Now, here's my thing, though. Is because they have 2 games against the Giants. Is there a slight chance?
You're missing my big fucking hurrah moment. Go ahead.
Tommy DeVito.
Yes.
Comes in and upsets the Eagles. Bro. I don't know. Sturch, you might be a little too young for this. In 1999, it was 98 or 99.
What the fuck was 14? Go ahead.
I know, but I'm just saying. No, all right. Well, you might even, I don't know. But regardless, the Denver Broncos were rolling to an undefeated season. Mm-hmm. Like, rolling. No one thought they could be stopped. They had a cake schedule the rest of the way. They go into New Jersey, to the Meadowlands, against the New York Giants, who won 3 fucking games that year. I think they may have been 18-point favorites. Do you remember the quarterback for that Giants team?
Hold on. Don't tell me anything. 1999?
It was the 98 or 99, whatever season that was with
the quarterback of the New York Giants at this point is either Kerry Collins, Danny Cannell, or fucking Jason Garrett. Like, I don't know. Oh,
I'm pretty sure because I haven't researched it. It was Kent Graham.
Oh God.
I'm pretty sure it was Kent Graham.
I'm gonna look.
It was either Kent Graham or Dave Brown, but I'm gonna go with Kent Graham.
Dave Brown was earlier. He was like mid-90s. Okay, so
it's got to be Kent Graham. I knew it was one of those really smarty, those quarterbacks. But anyways, they upset the Broncos. Nobody saw it coming. I can maybe see something like that happening to the Eagles. The Eagles coming in. The Giants might even still be in, bro. They might even be in contention for a wild card by then.
December 13th, 1998. The Giants won 20-16. The Broncos were 13-0 going into that game.
Yeah.
And Jim Fossil, was that the year where he was like, this team's going to the playoffs? No? Was that year? But now if you want to hold on, where's the fucking stats? Elway. All right, well, that's Elway. Bro, you're a fucking savage. It was Kent Graham who went 21 of 33 for 265, 2 touchdowns, and he got sacked once. But yeah, so
okay, but that's not, look, anything can happen. And once again, you want to talk about must-win games? Let's talk about them. If we beat Seattle this week, when Philly plays Seattle, guess who's in a really must-win game?
Philly.
Seattle. No, Seattle.
Yeah, they're
because they're playing for the wild card.
You're right.
And the Giants are coming up, man. Giants, if they keep winning, they could get in the playoffs at 9-8.
Come on, they got to win out.
I'm just saying, I know they do, but I'm just saying, though, when it comes to them playing the Giants and where they're at the time.
What you're saying is everybody on the Eagles' schedule remaining is fucking scratching and clawing at their fucking chances of doing something.
That's what I'm trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is it's as simple as this. Our paisan, the Italian hero himself, is going to take care of business and take out the Philadelphia Eagles. It was like, here we are relying on Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen to take out the Eagles, but all the while we were waiting for this monumental fucking game where Tommy DeVito takes out the fucking Eagles. I'm telling you, it's history. I love it.
I love the Uno, by the way.
Oh, it's fucking great
this
now.
Is tremendous.
Yeah, he's good, right. It's perfect. There's got to be T-shirts. He's got to get a Jersey Mike's deal. He's got to get all that shit. But yeah. So anyway,
if San Francisco handles business, okay, and we beat the Eagles again, these are a lot of ifs. Then now we're not only playing for the division, but we could possibly get home field advantage if we win outright and San Francisco loses one game.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And again, anything can happen. The way I'm seeing this team play, I mean, this is a different team that faced the Niners. And that loss to the Eagles, the way we responded, I mean, that was our game, bro. I mean, we played amazing. And, you know, when you're mentally, when you're getting into that, you're seeing how the Eagles are playing and you're seeing how the Niners are playing. Mentally, Dallas knows they're a solid team. And they believe that I again, even Stephen A. Smith said Dallas is playing the best football right now.
So the way I see it is this: in your hypothetical situation, I'm telling you right now that if the Dallas Cowboys, for whatever reason, is the number 1 seed, this is the year.
Stop.
No.
I could go. It'll be their best chance in a long time.
Bro,
I'd say. I don't know if it's
how they play at home. How they play at home is ridiculous compared to on the road.
Well, I'll say this too, bro. Going back to what you said, this is what I think. If we win the division, we're going to be the 2nd seed. There's no way we win the division and. Because think about that. I mean, in order for us to win the division, we'd have to win every game outright, and I don't see that happening. I think the chances of that happening are maybe 10% that we win every game until the end of the season. So in order for us to get it, the Niners would have to lose because we have the same record now.
What are they? I mean, I
us
don't know.
And the Niners, and they have the tiebreaker.
I don't know.
So if we end up with the same record as the Niners, they're going to have home field advantage.
But I'm saying if the Niners beat again. Mm-hmm. Hypothetically, if the Niners beat if the Niners beat the Eagles, mm-hmm. which we got to root for them there, okay?
Yeah.
And they lose one more game, and it's very possible.
So here
the only way that's possible is if we win every other game.
I have the 49ers remaining schedule here, so clearly they got the Eagles this week. They can lose that game. I mean, they could win that game, obviously, but then you're looking for a couple losses. They play Seattle the following week, who might be desperate, right? The Cardinals game is going to be a walkover. On Christmas Day, the 49ers play the Ravens. So
there's one.
There could be a 1, right? And then the following week, unfortunately, they go at Washington, and I don't see that being a loss. And then they finish the season at home against the Rams. I don't see that being a loss. So it's almost as if well, right now we're the same record as the 49ers, right? So they would have to lose 2.
Well, here's another thing. You got to remember the Rams, division rival, and the Rams are in the playoff hunt.
They are
So
in the
that could
playoff
be
hunt.
a hungry game for the Rams. So possibly now. I mean, that.
The Niners only have to lose one game if we win outright.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But we're not going to win out. I mean, we'd have to win out.
The odds of that is slim and none. But
because I don't even know if we want to. I mean, I don't know.
we're back to that. Like, we're playing too good.
Yeah. I'm just saying, though, you know,
burn,
you just
crash and burn, Cowboys. There it goes.
But I want to bring something up. I'm true to my word.
Mm-hmm.
You see how I'm talking about these scenarios now? When did I say I was going to do this?
Come on, class. After Thanksgiving.
Yes. Now it's much easier.
Yeah, but
bro, I give us the same percentage Sturch does to win the division, 35.
Okay. So
if the Niners beat the Eagles,
yeah, still 35. Yeah.
Okay.
So what if us and the Eagles tie?
Depends on who they beat.
Bro, if that's the whole thing, if they lose to the Giants
twice
or just once. And we win out. We win.
Division record would be better. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have better division record than them, unless we lose to Washington the last week of the season.
Because we're resting starters.
Yeah.
Right.
Hold on a second, bro. If they lose to the Niners and they lose to us and we have a tie and they don't lose to the Giants, okay, we end up losing the seed because we lost to Arizona and we lost to an NFC.
Probably that's how it'll play out. Yeah. So
that Arizona game's going to come bite us in the ass.
Yeah, it might. We'll see.
Sure.
All right.
I mean,
let's get into brass tacks here. 49ers. The Seahawks are coming into town. The Cowboys are rolling at home. They've played their best football at home. Bret, I'll start with you. Does the train keep on rolling here? Did the Dallas Cowboys move to 9-3, and then we kind of sit back and wait to see what happens with the 49ers and the Eagles?
Well, obviously we can't take this game lightly because Seattle is still fighting, and they're a good team. What's the point spread on it now? I didn't even check.
The Cowboys game? I don't even know.
We were up by 7, I think. 7.5.
7? Really? That high?
Yeah,
I hate that. Cowboys Seahawks spread. I'm just looking it up real quick just to see if I can get the latest numbers here. That's kind of high, man. I don't know. Let's see. The spread is 9.
Oh, it's 9?
Holy shit. See, I hate
that's
that.
just a computer put that in.
Huh?
Plus the 4 points.
Yeah, no,
I said that's all computers. That's all analytics.
I know. All right. But anyway, over under 46, so they think some points are going to be scored here. The Cowboys are 8-1 against the spread this season as favorites. The Seattle Seahawks are 3-2 against the spread on the road this year. So in case anybody gives a shit there. But anyway, so does it roll? Do we keep rolling there, Bret? And score. What do we got?
On paper, we should. I mean, on paper, we should win by at least 10, I think. You know, maybe a 24-10 type score.
So 14, 2-touchdown win there.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Keith, what say you, my friend?
I see, like I said, I'm basing it on, the matchups and everything. When our defense attacks, especially at home, and they get those turnovers and they do what they do, our offense scores points. It's insane. And we haven't had a special teams touchdown yet, have we? Besides the blocked field goal, have we had another one?
I don't. Turpin get one called back.
I think so, something like that.
Yeah.
But another thing I was curious about is when is the last time because we always play the Thursday after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we lost the game the Thursday after Thanksgiving with Dak Prescott, and I couldn't remember, so I was looking it up just now because I know we beat Tennessee. And then I know we beat New Orleans when they were good.
Hey, Keith, who did we beat last year? Who was the quarterback of the Tennessee Titans last year?
Dibs.
Josh Dobbs,
whatever.
Yeah, that fucking Cinderella story.
Hey, so
anyway,
hold on. The last time we lost was against Mitch Trubisky and the Bears in Chicago, though.
Was that
in Chicago?
That was a Dak Prescott led team?
It was.
What year was that?
That's the only time he lost the Thursday, I believe, after Thanksgiving. So, but this one's at home. Yeah. We usually play good on these games. In these games, I like another big score here. I don't know. I'll say 38-13.
Holy shit. All right. So, according to Keith, the Cowboys keep on rolling. Brett's got him 24-10. I'm also going to pick the Cowboys to win the game. I think there's going to be a lot of, it's weird, man. Would I love to see them roll all over the Seahawks? Yeah, I would. But, like, I've seen the Seahawks, and they scrap, and they fight, and they claw. 10-point spread or 9-point spread scares me a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, give me the Cowboys to score 30, 31. I'll give them 31 and give up 17. 31-17 Cowboys. So last time I gave somebody 17, they only scored 10. So hopefully that continues. But look, all signs point to the Cowboys hopefully being 9-3 by the next time we talk. And of course, we'll see how the Sunday afternoon game between the Eagles and the 49ers game plays out. Know a lot of my friends are actually going to that game. 49er fans are entering enemy territory, so we'll see how they fare. But yeah, so
and we got to start the Tommy DeVito rally cry, man.
We really do.
We need him to pull it off.
Maybe we'll get him on this show and try to interview him, try to just get him up here, pump him up, tell him that we're some way or another related with a deep rooted fucking heritage or some shit. I don't know.
Hey, maybe one of our moms knows his mom or something.
I mean,
I'll call Carol. We'll see if Carol knows her.
We gotta have a relative that like knows the DeVito family that can.
I mean, he's Don Bosco, so it's like he played football around the corner. You know what I mean? So it's just a weird. All right. So last thing before we get out of here, if for whatever reason the Giants finish, they're not going to win out. So let's give them a 7-10 record. Let's do that, right? They're 4-8 right now. Let's say they go 7-10. So, is there a chance now? Obviously, Daniel Jones is not going to be ready probably until mid-season next year, according to what I've read. Can Tommy DeVito be the starting quarterback of the Giants? Yes or no? Starting next year without drafting a Caleb or a guy like in the top of the draft? Because if they finish 7-10 and he finishes strong, they're not going to have a top pick. So. Is it DeVito time the whole time, or is that just like a Josh Dobbs?
Oh, yeah. No, you ride with DeVito, man. Especially with everybody doing this now, everybody's all excited.
Yeah.
Unless he starts shitting the bed.
Well,
he's been playing pretty good, man.
Well, here's my thing. Like, he played the Cowboys and we beat the shit out of him. You know what I mean? Like,
his first game.
It doesn't matter, bro. Like,
yeah, it does, dude. He's an undrafted free agent. I mean,
so was Tony Romo.
But look at the quarterbacks we beat up on. We beat in our stadium. Man, he's not alone.
No, I know he's not alone. I'm just saying, like, let's. I'm excited about it.
He's a rookie starting against the arguably the best defense in the NFL and one of the best teams. I mean, it's baptism by fire, and the kid, he has to learn. And he played really well. He's been playing pretty good. So
yeah.
And look at Jalen Hurts' first game against us in that stadium. You guys were there.
I'm gonna say it to you right now, Jalen Hurts. Fuck you. All right, I'm done with your shit. I'm so done with Jalen Hurts. I'm so done with the lackadaisical, like, they're following him with the camera afterwards, and he's like, what'd you expect? I'm like, what? Man.
By the way, though, that last drive, that last drive, he showed why he's a great quarterback.
Yeah, of course. Look, there's no denying it. There's no denying
I can't wait next week. I can't wait to preview that one.
No, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. So let's get there.
Another thing I want to say is the Dolphins head coach. I love that guy.
Bro, he's so...
You don't like him? I think he's great.
It's a cross between awesome and just fucking bonkers weird. Bro, how about the fact...
Did you see the heater thing when he's in front of the heater? And the Jets fans are clowning him?
Yeah. He's like a scoreboard or some shit. He told him...
Yeah, no, he's like, I'm cold. Because they were making fun of him because he's by the heater. And he turns around and he goes, and I'm also winning.
Bro, every halftime, you have to watch him. Do you see him at halftime?
Takes off, yeah.
He fucking sprints so nobody can get an interview with him. He just fucking goes, bro. And like every time he has a press conference, he goes up to the podium and he always says something slick. Like he's in Germany and he's like, I know what you're thinking. I look bigger on TV or some shit. Like he's just a fucking, he's a jokester. He's a pothead. Yeah. I always think he's high as a kite too, by the way. Always. Like I just, and look, no offense to anybody who indulges in that, including myself, but like he looks like he's on Deep Space Mountain every time I look at him talking. Every fucking thing.
Who was the Jets coach and the other one? And he kept getting jobs, the old Bears coach. I think he was on the Dolphins too. The one that would just his eyes would go fucking crazy.
Oh, Adam Gase. His first opening press conference with the Jets, he's like, "It's time to win some games. It's time to win some games." He's all over the place. Like he's either sniffing the booger sugar right before the fucking press conference, or
Where is he right now? By the way,
he's coaching high school. I think he's coaching high school. Yeah, with Jason Witten, by the way, undefeated season over there in Texas for his high school team.
Nice.
Yeah,
well, good for him.
The first year. Also, I don't know why I'm going off on a tangent of college coaches, but my main guy, primetime. Holy shit, did he just fucking fall from grace? Like, that was that 3-0 start, and everybody's like, oh, shit, Colorado, here come the Buffaloes, Coach Prime, here come the sunglasses, everybody's doing commercial. Yeah. Bro, horrible fucking organization right now. So we'll see how that plays out. But anyway, we all got the Cowboys.
See that TVDs in the trade portal for Miami?
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
So we'll see if that happens too. I can't believe this portal thing's still a thing. You know, when are they going to put an end to that shit? Because it was for COVID.
Why?
Because it was for COVID. For like, that's all it was for.
The transfer portal?
Yeah. Originally.
I love it.
I don't know, man. It's just like you're stacking teams now. It's like it's the free agency, the Wild Wild West.
Yes, but I mean, if you're not going to play or you don't get along, you're not forced to stay somewhere. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah. So anyway, all three of us have the Cowboys going to 9-3. We'll see how it all plays out. We'll talk about it next week.
Where were we at with our records in the at this point in the season in the preseason picks?
I mean, I would have to go back and look, but I did have the graphic before. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull something up live on the air right now. I'll see if this actually works. All
right, I'm going to say, I don't know if we're going to know at this point, but you could look at the final, because I remember I had him I think I had him 11-6 or 12-5. I forget.
I'm just trying to see if I have. Hold on. I know it's saved. It's like the one photo that I saved, and that was our preseason picks. I can't bring it up, but anyway, here we are for NFC division winners. Okay, just so everybody's clear. Right now, as there's a couple games left, I guess. NFC division winners. The East, me and Bret had the Cowboys. Keith had the New York Giants. So that's fun. And then the NFC North, me and Bret had the Lions. Keith had the Bears. NFC South, we all had the Saints, which is still in play, I guess. We'll see how that plays out. The NFC West, I had the 49ers. Bret had Seattle. And Keith had the Rams. Dude, Keith, what the fuck were you on? This is bad. All right, so that's that one. There was another one. Here's AFC, just to see where we're at. Across the board, we all took the Jets to win the East. That comes with a disclaimer.
Absolutely.
A little asterisk. The AFC North, another disclaimer, because we all had the Bengals, and now there's no Joe Burrow, so we'll see how that plays out. The South, we all had the Jaguars across the board, so that's playing out to be the way that's going to go. And the AFC West, me and Bret had the Kansas City Chiefs, and Keith had the miserable fucking Chargers, who can't get out of their own fucking way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
See,
that's the best way to describe them, what you just said.
They can't get out of their own way.
No, they can't.
That guy's going to get fired, 100% guareed. He's going to be looking for another job, so we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so with that being said, that's my role.
There it is.
So I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy the week of football. Let's go Cowboys. We'll see you guys next week for Dave Sturchio, Bret, and Keith Ernst. This has been another episode of the Jersey Boyz Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hey, this is Tony Soprano, and you're listening to Jersey Boyz Podcast with your hosts, Dave Sturchio and the Ernst Boys. I mean, I could give a shit about the Cowboys. We're in New Jersey. These guys got balls being Cowboys fans in Jersey. Anyways, enjoy. Well, whatever.
How about this, Cowboys?